Hi everybody, it's Sandy with the Beautiful You channel. I know it's been a while, so we have some catching up to do. I will explain these two items in just a moment, but I wanted to show you, this is way back on the 3rd, way back, and I hadn't done this one because I said I was going to show you what I did with it after our Vegas trip. And so I've almost got it completed. What I wanted to do was I printed off some pictures and I had wanted to put them on the days that we did them. And a few things ended up changing. Some things we didn't go to, and then we replaced it with others. So that's kind of what I have to do here is print off some different pictures. We had a fabulous time in Vegas. It was great. Probably it was just nice being with my husband, and maybe I'll post some pictures on that later, but nice and relaxing. It was good to come home to the kids, of course, but boy, I did not miss the dishes. I gotta tell you, it's like when I was there, I didn't think about it much, but when we came back, I was like, oh, dishes and oh, laundry, but back to reality, right? And then I had actually had this page pre-done, so it was done already when we got back. And I just got lots of writing on it from this week, and I just kind of made it a little pumpkin patch, and I used all of the stickers that were in a haul of stickers. Well, I should say one sheet. I used all of one sheet of stickers from Walmart, and that was in a previous haul. And then for this week, I took some of the papers from the Walmart stack of papers I had and just cut them. And then these I just printed off this little pattern onto sticker paper. And I've got lots of this left with some other papers too. And then I just put some washi down at the bottom, so it's pretty much just orange. The pages themselves are the orange and the brown, so this just kind of fit in. This is before pen, except for one thing. I kind of have this whole Sunday blocked off. I really don't plan on anything that day. It's actually the 5-year anniversary of my son passing away on that day, so I don't think I'm going to be doing Sunday school that day. I just think I want to take some time, and the family will probably go visit his grave site and put something special down there, and just kind of do a little memory thing with that. So, and yeah, so that is for this coming week. And one thing I was going to show you, two things actually. I think I've made the decision on my plan for next year. I already knew I wasn't going to do another Erin Condren. I absolutely loved having the Erin Condren. This was my first big fancy planner, if you want to call it, and my first year doing all this decorating in it, which I absolutely love doing this creativity. But what I came from beforehand was just something that I would have in my purse. And I actually picked up a student planner just because it was simple and I liked it. And hey, we're all students of life the way I look at it. And this is the one I'm going to carry around with me because I noticed I just wasn't carrying this with me a lot. It's heavy, and once we start adding all of our decorations to it, it gets even heavier and bulkier. And just didn't seem appropriate to be going to appointments and all that with it. I just felt odd carrying this big thing with me and not being able to fit it in my purse. I didn't like taking it to work with me all the time either, just for the fact that it was pretty heavy. And I would forget it there, and I'd come home and I'd be like, ah, shucks. So anyway, as much as I like showing it off though. So I want to just carry this one in my purse, and then it's just going to be real simple, you know, what I put on here. And it's kind of just, this one will just be my things where I need to actually be out and about. I'll still be putting my birthdays and all that sort of fun stuff in this one, but for my things where I actually need to be somewhere, I'll put it in here. I'll have it, so if I'm making appointments, I know that I can't do it on that day. And then the inside part kind of ends up being things that happen during the day, notes I have to take, or if something does pop up that I know, oh, I got to do that when I get home, I jot it down in here quick. And it's just so much simpler to just pull this out and do it. So this was kind of, last week's, and then just putting a check mark on when I have completed that task. So, or if I move it into my other calendar, I'll cross it off of here so I know, somewhere it's getting done. So today I've got a couple other things to do there. But on to what I think I'm doing next year. I was going to get a happy planner. What I like about the happy planner is that you can just, pull the pages out. Whereas in here, you can't pull pages out. And some of the decorating I've done in it, I just found it difficult, moving it this way and, the whole planner that way. And then if I'm working on a smaller surface like the desk downstairs, it was like, slipping off the edge, and I'd get so frustrated doing it. And I just felt there was a couple other things I would have liked to have customized more on this. And you all know I did customize, the cover, and I just haven't gotten around to doing another one, which I still want to do. But just because it was such a chore doing this part here with all them little holes and the cutting, and it was a project. It took me a while to do all that. And so with the Happy Planner, I thought I could customize it. It would be a lot easier to do these because you can get the punch. But I was looking at that was going to be, kind of an expense again, and I just wasn't finding, I've been looking for a while. I've been looking at what people have been hauling at, like Michael's. I've been looking on the Mambi website, and I'm just not finding the one I want. And so I saw this little cover, and I know you guys are familiar with the Target dollar spot. And I know they had a lot of these size there. They were out. They were totally out of any more of these. But this one ended up only being $3.50. It was like $3.49. So it was 50 cents more than you get at that dollar spot. So I just fell in love with the cover, and so I figured this is going to be my beginning of 2017 book. And it is a 3-ring, and it's a little smaller. It ends up being, it's pretty much almost the same size, really, as the Erin Condren as far as the cover's concerned. But the pages inside are a little smaller. So I bought the Avery calendar pages, and the only part I don't like about it is that they are not dated. Now, it's got its pluses and its minuses, because I have seen some people who even cover up the numbers that are already on their calendars, and they look pretty cute. So I'm looking forward to maybe trying to do that, because really all this came with right now is, your monthly, and then I'll show you what the monthlies look like. Just like that. Everything's blank. And then the weekly, and this is a horizontal versus a vertical, which I've always had horizontal. My biggest planner I used to have was they were called day timers, and that's what I started doing a lot of my big calendaring in. So this is more like a day timer type thing. And now it does have the times down here, which I'm not a fan of, but that's where the washi will come in for taking care of that. And then notes. It came with these notes right here, but I actually bought a sheet. It was really kind of neat, a package of college ruled filler paper. And this is going to help out because I like to journal every month on a separate piece of paper. So every month I'll be able to have this paper in my month and do some of my memory journaling type stuff. So this cost $1.99, and I want to say this cost a little over $3 as well. So all told, I spent, less than, right around $15, I'll say, because I also did buy this. It's two-sided. It's got a bunch of sticky tabs, and I just thought these colors really went with that. So that I bought. This one I had already, and I just put it in there because it kind of matched too. I hadn't used it in anything yet, so I just got it in here ready to go. So $15 for a new planner, and I can customize it however I want. I'm probably going to make my own monthly dividers in here, you know, so the January through December, I'll make my own. And what I like is this part right here. What I'll be able to do is, you know, if I want a new cover, rather than, you know, once you get done with all this and all the time it takes, you know, it probably ends up costing you $5 with paper and laminate and all that stuff to do the front, you know, in the back, plus, you know, it's a separate paper inside. I can get, they had a bunch of different covers like this, and I'm sure they'll come out with more. And $3, I can go buy myself another cover, and if I want to decorate it up more, I can. So I think this is the best option for me this year. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, again, I didn't invest a ton in it, so if I decide, you know what, I'm going to that, you know, happy planner, I can do that. So sorry to bore you, but just thought I'd fill you in on what I'm going to be doing for next year. And it was good catching up with everyone, and I hope everyone has a blessed week ahead. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you all again next week, which is still October. But oh my gosh, we're getting so close to November. It's just crazy. So I will leave you with this week's spread once again, and happy fall.